news from Punjab, and not exactly election related, but yes, it's involving the Chief Minister's family. The Enforcement Directorate late on a Thursday evening arrested Bhupendra Singh Honey, nephew of Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, in a illegal mining case. His medical was also conducted and he has been remanded to the ED office and he remained at the ED office in Jalandhar overnight. Let's go across to Arvind for more on this. And Arvind, we knew these investigations were underway, but now the Chief Minister's nephew has been arrested.
Yeah, exactly. The Enforcement Directorate, taking cognizance of 2018 FIR in the alleged illegal sand mining case, had initiated a money laundering probe into the said case. So in the second week of January, the Enforcement Directorate conducted searches at the premises of several individuals linked to the illegal sand mining in Punjab. So this particular search operation also included Bhupendra Singh Honey, who was the nephew of Chief Minister Charanjit Channi in the similar case. So the Enforcement Directorate sources are saying that the agency got inputs about a company named Providers Overseas Private Limited, and according to the agency officials, this particular company was also involved in the illegal sand mining, and that's why the agency conducted searches at this premises, and the agency also conducted searches at the premises of Bhupendra Singh Honey. During the searches, the agency sources say they had recovered over 7 crore in cash from the premises of Bhupendra Singh Honey, and that's why the agency wanted to question Bhupendra Singh Honey regarding the source of this particular money and whether it is related to proceeds of crime. So during the course of the questioning, the agency sources say that Bhupendra Singh Honey was not cooperating with the investigation. That's why the agency has arrested him under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and shortly he will be produced before the Jalandhar ED court, and after which the agency will be taking his further custody for questioning in this particular case. So he is not the only person the agency is currently questioning. What we are being told is that 2 other associates of Bhupendra Singh Honey are also under the radar of the Enforcement Directorate. So now the agency will be producing him before the competent court, where the Enforcement Directorate will be asking for his custody for further questioning.
Right, and Arvind, we do know that the opposition, the parties do allege that just ahead of elections, you see these agencies, be it the ED or the CBI, they get active, and usually the target is opposition political leaders.
Yeah, Gargi, that's the question that the Congress party, or even in fact, many opposition parties have been raising whenever it comes to an election time. Whenever there is an election time, the central agencies get activated, and what we are seeing are raids and also arrests when it's closer to the election. But this time, again, the similar question is being raised because the FIR is 2018. The FIR was registered in 2018, but the Enforcement Directorate, in initiating a money laundering case, conducting searches in 2022 January, and then arresting Bhupendra Singh Honey, who is also one of the person of interest or an accused in this particular case. Now that is in February 2022. That is, an FIR was registered in 2018, but 4 years later, the Enforcement Directorate is initiating a money laundering probe and then taking action under the Money Laundering Act. And this is where the opposition parties, including the Congress party, is calling it as a political vendetta and misuse of central agencies.
All right. Thanks so much, Arvind, for joining us with those details. So that's the big breaking news coming out of Punjab. Bhupendra Singh Honey, the nephew of the Punjab Chief Minister, being arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in an illegal sand mining case.